Aloha guys, it's Logan back with GoGo Rental. Today we're at Lani's and we're checking out turtles. Most people go to Lani's for the turtle action, or if you're a surfer, you could come for that. What else you're gonna come for, inadvertently, is a parking disaster. So we're gonna try to make a right here. We're coming from Haleiwa. We're gonna try to make a right into this parking lot where that white van's turning. And if there's a God, there'll be a parking spot here. But it's not looking good, especially because we have a traffic jam because this genius decided to stop right in the middle of the parking lot. All right, so we're combing through the lot, and I think I'm gonna be able to squeeze right next to that Jeep right there. And just like that, we're in like Flynn. As always, if you guys were to take a motorcycle up here, or a scooter, I really don't recommend that people take mopeds all the way up here, not because they can't do it, but because you have to be a bit of a juggernaut to want to do it. It's just going to be a really long drive. But we're here. Let's go check out Lani's. Hopefully we can see some turtles. I see some people surfing out there. Again, this isn't like primo beach access, murky water. I don't have a ton of like great things to say about Lani's, but if you want a surefire turtle spot, it's good for that. Let's get out there. So we were lucky enough to find parking right here in the parking lot, but a lot of times, actually, I would say maybe even most times, the parking lot's just gonna be full. So when you come in from that area, just keep on cruising. There's nothing here. You'll exit right there, get back on that main road, and then essentially you can just look for a parking spot on the side of the road as soon as it becomes available. Just make sure you get all the way off of the road before parking. Don't like have your butt hanging out in the street. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, really if you're coming to Lani's, you're coming to find turtles, and that we did. We've got one little guy over here. Looks like we have at least two over here. They do tend to kind of rope them off as soon as they get themselves on shore, but if they don't, just know that you need to keep your distance. If you decide to not keep your distance, I promise you, someone that lives here will remind you to keep your distance, and it may not be in the most like polite type of manner. I'm not really sure how far you're like legally supposed to stay away from the turtles. If somebody does know, please leave that in the comments below. But what I can say, safe rule of thumb, if you're close enough for a few fell face first and your head would hit it, you're definitely too close. If you're arm's length away, you're certainly too close. Stay far away when you have nothing to worry about. Let's go look at some turtles. So most beaches in Oahu, especially if you're getting in the water, you're gonna see turtles. It's not like a rarity by any means, no matter what beach you're on, what coast you're on, what side of the island you're on, for you to catch some turtles if you're in the water snorkeling, especially for like any sort of extended period of time. But it is a bit of a rarity to find turtles just chilling on the beach here in Oahu. They really don't do that very often, mostly because of human pressure, things like that. You can see there's 3 behind me, and for every turtle we have on the beach, there's at least 5 tourists staring. So you do the math, 3 turtles, at least 15 people. That probably checks out. So here at Lani's, the water activities are pretty much only gonna consist of surfing. The water stays pretty shallow, it's pretty murky, and there's a lot of algae out there. Hence the sea turtles, that's what they eat. That's why there's so many that kind of congregate in this area. When it comes to amenities at Lani's, basically zero. There's no restrooms, there's no water fountains, there's no showers. They just put parking in this little like gravel parking lot right across the street that we already covered, but they do have lifeguards. The lifeguards are all the way down on that end, so if you plan on drowning, do it on that side. Don't do it on this side. If you guys are looking for a surefire spot to catch turtles beached on the North Shore of Oahu, Lani's is gonna be your very best bet. My name's Logan. This is GoGo Rental, and until next time, aloha.